This is the real nature boy, Paul Lee.
Hey there, sports fan. Growing up in the American South, I was always a fan of Ric Flair.
Fire me! I'm already fired!
All the way up until he retired, but then, 17 more years happened.
I named that job Nicholas what? Nicholas Dickhead.
Wooing!
Did I touch you? I never said a cuss word. Nicholas Dickhead.
But someone who never, ever lost their love for the nature boy was Paul Lee.
Woo!
Since round about 1990, Paul Lee has been calling himself the nature boy and emulating his favorite big-time wrestler.
Take a good look. I am the nature boy, Paul Lee.
Emulating is a very nice way of saying completely doing the exact same things as, in my opinion. Paul Lee is a local businessman in Georgia, car lot and gym owner, but most importantly, the Temu nature boy.
Let me make it clear.
Oh, thank God he talked.
I am the real nature boy.
Okay.
Woo!
Okay.
Let me make it clear.
I thought we did.
This is gonna be totally different.
I doubt it.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Paul Lee wasn't always an alleged Ric Flair ripoff.
This is Jackie Jr. Fargo, and that is the fact.
As early as 1991, Paul Lee was showing up as the nature boy on Ric Flair's home turf mere weeks after Flair left for the WWF. It's tough to find footage of our hero throughout the later 90s and early 2000s, but the sweet spot for the real nature boy seems to be about the mid-2010s, which is also the same time he got suspiciously more muscular.
Now let me make it clear.
Finally! Also, I'd make a joke right here about how Paul Lee probably got his friend to lend him his mansion for the afternoon to film this promo, but he appears to be a genuinely successful businessman, and apparently you've got a lot to learn about Chattanooga, sweetie.
A lot of people trying to say I'm trying to act like Ric Flair.
I can't imagine why.
Let me make it clear.
One of these days he's gonna make it clear.
I am the limo riding, Delta flying, protein eating, gonna give you a beating, smartass, son of a gun.
So far, his biggest flexes are that he flies commercial and can afford meat.
And you see,
Kabuki!
So far, we see a lot of similarities, but what are the differences between nature boys? Well, would Ric Flair stumble through a promo in the front seat of his car while taking his kids to school?
woo! Let me make it clear. I mean, you sound Russian, my friend. The only thing you be rushing for Saturday will be rushing to get out of the ring with the nature boy. Woo! You cheated me out my heavyweight championship that I won at Wrestling Con 1 with the nature boy. Woo! Be watching my Facebook. I'm going to be showing you some little trails that you don't know about. Woo!
Okay, I have some notes, nature boy. The woo is off.
Woo! 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 Woo!
Where was London?
Also, why do guys like this always act like they didn't prepare anything to say for the promo, but then also act like there's no such thing as editing software and or a second take?
This is the real nature boy, Paul Lee.
Kabuki!
It's also like sometimes he finally gets going in the promo, but then remembers that Ric Flair is supposed to be excited.
When I come to the Oriental Hotel and Convention Center.
It's a rocky start, and maybe it sags a little in the middle, but Paul Lee always sticks the landing.
I don't just run around with any cat, pal. I'm like the king of the jungle.
Well, that's all fine and good, but if you want to be the real nature boy, you need to know how to handle a live crowd.
Woo!
You woo me back. You can woo me, just don't woo me. Nature Boy is here. We don't care.
Go back to the nature.
Fair enough. But the real Nature Boy needs to also be able to get it done between the ropes, bell to bell, pal. Ric Flair's signature move may be the figure four leg lock, but Paul Lee has taken it to the next logical conclusion with...
The 20-minute hip-hop.
While I do find Paul Lee to be a capable enough wrestler, it does just feel like he's just kind of playing Ric Flair's hits, but just like a little off. Like if you went back in time but accidentally like stepped on a frog and now the future, like this is the Nature Boy and it's just a little weird.
That is one big pile of shit.
Clearly we have some alleged intellectual property overlap here, we should say. So what does the real Nature Boy Ric Flair think of the other Nature Boy Paul Lee? To your delight or dismay, sports fan, in like 2014 or something, Ric Flair got into the ring with Paul Lee in front of dozens of fans and said,
"Hey, you kid, you're front row. Keep your mouth shut, okay?"
But more importantly, Rick also said,
"Hey, Blondie, get off the floor. Ric Flair's in the ring, okay? Who are you talking to, Obama?"
And I want to tell you all, Blondie, woo, with a tear in my eye, who are you SMS text messaging? Former Minnesota Senator Al Franken.
And I'm going to help people.
Sting, 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 sting. I love that Flair's ego is so inflated that if anyone happens to be looking at their cell phone in front of them, well, they must be texting the president.
Good Lord.
Let me make it clear.
So let me be clear.
But let me make it perfectly clear that Ric Flair officially endorsed Paul Lee as the real Nature Boy and gave him an autographed replica of the NWA World's Heavyweight Championship and showed them all what a cool $250,000 can buy you. Graciously, Rick even took some time to put a little polish on the new Nature Boy.
Whether you like me or not, I'm the Nature Boy. Paul Lee, pal. No. Once again, it's whether you like it or you don't like it. Learn to love me. I'm the real Nature Boy.
Whether you like it or don't like it, learn to love it because it's the best thing going today.
And afterward, they all went to Fuddruckers for some
Wooing!
So where does that leave us, sports fan? Because we don't have much choice. The actual real Nature Boy gave away his moniker to the new real Nature Boy, and the fans in attendance were astonished. Both of them. I don't know the real Nature Boy Paul Lee, but I do know that his son Peyton has had quite a few medical issues, including massive kidney failure that has left him completely blind. Peyton Lee seems like a sweet baby angel and even wrote a book in which he is a superhero. And in 2003, Peyton Lee received the Courage of a Champion award in front of a live audience. And to me, that title seems to mean a lot more than the Nature Boy ever could. And as for Paul Lee, a man who has conquered it all, business, wrestling, even dethroning the 16 times world's heavyweight champion and taking his name, what could possibly be next? Well, how about mayor of Ringgold, Georgia? Is that big enough for you, dumb jock?
A candidate for mayor of Ringgold will not have his name placed back on the ballot. Earlier this month, the superintendent of elections ruled that professional wrestler Paul Lee was not eligible to run for office because he had not been a resident of the city for 12 months. Lee appealed that decision, and today he told us he lost that appeal. Lee says he is now planning to file a civil suit to recoup some of the money he spent in this fight.